Hey guys, what's up? Spider Seam here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make your very own custom items or whatever you want to make custom for your World of Warcraft private server. Now, people have been trying to do this, they couldn't have done it, so they sent me a Facebook request on my Facebook fan page, link in the description box below, and they told me to make a video about it, so here it is. Anyways, let's get started. So the first thing that you want to do is that you want to download Haiti SQL. Now to download that, the link will be in the description box below. Download that and then continue with this video. Now you want to go to wow-v.com, link in the description box below, and then you need to create an account for that website, then click on create. Well, after you're logged in, click on create. And then for this video, we're going to create a weapon. So just do what I do. Once you get to click on whatever you want to make, I'm just going to keep on referring to making a weapon because that's what I'm going to make. So once you've clicked on weapon, or whatever type you clicked on, click on expand all. That's just optional to make everything show up. And you need to basically enter in the stats and names and everything you want for your item slash weapon that I'm making. So the name for this weapon, I'm going to type in Death Thorns, because that's like my favorite name for a character. And then the quote, I'm just gonna write Spider was seen. Seems legit? Not really. Anyway, so the quality, now let me explain that. Is basically when you get to see the weapon, it has like a specific name, like on the name of the weapon it has a specific color. Now when this is basically the color that you see on the weapon. Poor will be like dark gray, and common white, uncommon green, and whatever it's written. So for this video, let's just make the weapon an epic weapon. And you can also make it rare. That's like a rare boss drop if you're going to make it like that for your server or something like that. I don't know. But let's just make it an epic weapon. And then the display ID. To get this, you need to go to wowhead.com. That's WOWHEAD.com. Link will be in the description box below. And so let's just well, I just messed up. I mean, from what I was gonna say. Um, let's just make this weapon that I'm making a sword. So you're gonna go hover your mouse on the database, and then you're gonna find items, weapons, or whatever you have. But I'm gonna get weapons, and then I'm gonna look for a two-handed sword. Let's just do that. So here, two-handed swords. Now, based on your server, for example, my server is a 3.3.5 Wrath of the Lich King server. That's the latest Wrath of the Lich King server. So you can get anything in my position. I can get any item from this place, this website, from the version of WoW from 3.3.5 or below. For example, if you have a Cataclysm server, 4.3.4, the latest one, you can only get from 4.3.4 or below. So let's just go ahead and try to find a Wrath of the Lich King weapon, just because of my server, it's like that. And let me show you how you can tell which is what version. Now, for example, let's take a look at the required level. So, in Wrath of the Lich King, the required level, the max level is an 80. So, for example, let's go to the 80s, and here are the 80s. And let's look at Dissemination. And let's just wait for it to open. And here you can tell it says added in patch 3.2.2. Now you know that this will actually work for your server. And yeah, and even though it says the item is no longer available within the game, that means that Blizzard took the item off, but it's still in the game, so you can still use this even though it says this. So yeah, so we're just going to use, for example, this weapon, since it looks pretty good. So you need to take this. It says in the URL, it says item equals and then this number. You need to see this number. Why not just copy the number? My number says 47515. Now I'm going to go back in here in the display ID. I'm going to write 47515 because that's my item display ID number. So that's the number that you need to have. And so yeah, and in the entry ID, now that's the, for example, the code or the command that you're supposed to write in the game to take the item is this dot character add item, and then your item ID has to be right here without those parentheses. But yeah, so it can be anything you want, the entry ID, if it's a armor or whatever. But since you're gonna make a weapon, if you're gonna make a weapon, then you can't just put anything in here, because then you're gonna result with some issues with the weapon with spells. So there's gonna be in the description box below, you can download this link. I mean, you can click on the link and then you can download what I'm about to show you, which is right here. The all unused display entry IDs only for ArcEmu and, well, basically for 3.3.5, not only ArcEmu. If you guys know what I'm talking about by ArcEmu, it's a special repack or core. Anyways, so since we're going to create a two-handed sword, you need to look for two-handed sword, and you must download this for it to work if it's going to be anything, but if it's going to be that you're making a weapon. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So here you can see it says swords two-handed. So the ID here is 199A1. You can pick any of them. You can do any of them. So I'm just going to take this one by random. 199.81. That's what I'm going to write. 199.81. So yeah, that's how you can get the weapon that you want to make to work with the spells. Because if you just write anything random other than the special entry ID that's written in the thing that you just downloaded, where it tells you all the unused IDs, entry IDs, then it just won't work with the spells. It'll tell you that this weapon's not the correct weapon, something like that. And you're gonna run through some missions, but this is a way to fix it. And anyway, so also you can just search your weapon right here, display ID, finder tool. Just type in the name or the entry ID. For example, Frostmourne. Submit. And then you can just click on use, so you can use those display IDs, and then it's going to insert it right here. So yeah, since we're done with this part, it took me a long time to explain, but it takes like a second to finish. So anyways, next, the item type. You want to make it one-handed, main-handed, anything you want. But since I already picked the entry ID to be two-handed, I'm going to make it two-handed. And then the type is going to be a 2H sword right here. Repair, I just want to make it like this. You can make it unrepairable if you want, but that's whatever I want to make it. And the durability, I'm just going to make it 500. This is optional. Binds, I'm just going to make it on pickup, nah, on use. Alright, and then item weapon stats. Now this is one of the important parts. Your sheath. Is it going to be one-handed, two-handed? Like, what's it going to show you? Again, it's two-handed. And so, yeah. Now, the ammo type, I'm making a sword, so you don't need any of those. But remember to make these if you're making, like a staff, bow, or gun. Remember. And now the speed. I'm going to make it 2700. Basically, 2700 means... Alright, stop showing you. Alright, 2700 basically means 2.7 here. If you click here, it says, it shows you the speed. If you put, for example, 3000, it means 3.0. So let's say I put 5000 as the speed. That means 5.0. If I put 5, or let's say 1222. Well, actually, no. Let's put 1200. That basically means 1.2. I hope you guys understand. So I'm just gonna put 2700. That means 2.7. And so the block, I'm not really going to put anything in there, or for the armor since it's a weapon. And so the required level, what level you have to be able to use this? I'm just going to say like 80. Can be anything. Item level, that can be anything you want. I'm just going to make it 456. Select faction. This is all, you can pick it, whatever. It's optional. But I'm just going to say, I don't know, anything. So this. Select standing. I'm not gonna do anything on that. Actually, the whole thing's optional. So I'm just gonna leave this whole thing to be empty, nothing. Now the all classes and all races. Now this is basically the allowable classes that can use this weapon and the allowable races. And I'm just gonna pick them all. And so stackable, just click here and it says stackable. How many can be grouped in a single stack? Leave blank or at 1 for no stacking. I'm just going to leave it blank because I don't want any stacking. Now, here's one of the important parts. Now, the damage minimum and the damage max. Now the second one is just going to be an extra one. You don't really have to do that unless you want to add 2 damages, which I suggest that you do not do. So the damage minimum I want to say is going to do 1,500 minimum damage. Max damage is going to be 3,200. Now basically what that means is that it's going to be this part. This is what I'm talking about. It's going to look like that. So yeah. Here we go. I'm going to make it whatever you want it to be. I'm going to make it physical since it's a sword. Now here you can add anything you want. For example, this. It's the agility, stamina, like this part. This part right here, the highlighted part. This is it. So basically you can add health. No, I'm going to add agility, 50, strength, 67, you know, stuff like that. Then you can add health. From all these, you can add on the weapon. So, anyways, next is the Holy Nature, Shadow, Arcane, Frost, or Fire Defense. Like, how much is the weapon going to defend from it? And, yeah. So, here's the item bonuses. And I can just add anything bonus to the item. For example, 14 crit, or, you know, whatever. Life steal, attack power, what else? And spell damage. Yeah. So I'm just going to make any type of weapon right now just to show you. Now here's the item sockets. I just like to put all these 3 sockets. But you can also put this if you want. But I just like to put these 3. But you can do anything you want. I just put random sockets. Anyway, then you can add also bonus sockets. So I'm just going to use every single thing I can for this video just to show you guys how it results in. So the strength, I'm just put +8. And so this one, the item set, just leave that empty, because if you don't know what you're doing with it, if you do not know what an item set is, just don't mess with this. I never messed with it before, so I wouldn't suggest that you guys do. Now, if you're going to give this item to a vendor so people can actually buy it from other NPCs, vendors basically, now you need to add a buy price to it. Now, for example, I'm going to put 57 gold and 27 silver and 14 copper. Now the sell price, obviously, since it's going to be used, you always have to make it like a bit low. So 54 random numbers, there you go. Same, so random number. Alright, there you go. Alright, then click on submit. Now most people get this part wrong. If you're using hidden display ID, alright. Now if you see this part where it says hidden display ID, this means that this, you see how it says this item is no longer available within the game? So it's going to show you the hidden display ID. But anyway, just click on download, and then based on what you have, for example, if you're a Trinity Core, Mangoes, Aspire, Ascent, Arc Emu, or the second Arc Emu, pick whichever one you are. Now if you're using Arc Emu, the latest Arc Emu, or any Arc Emu, you have to click on the second one. The first one is just a load of crap. It's not even going to work. So you have to click on the second one. Now once you've done that, since you already have Haiti SQL downloaded, it's going to look like this in the Haiti SQL form. So once it's downloaded, you need to click on it, and remember that you have to have Haiti SQL downloaded. Link in the description box below. Now I'm just going to minimize this. Close that. Alright, now I'm going to click on cancel because that's just asking me for an update. Alright, now it should look like this for you once you've opened it. Now make sure that your password and your username is correct based on your server, and your host name is 127.0.0.1. It has to be that. Now, so you can click open. You have to have your server running, so your MySQL. So open up your MySQL, minimize that, and then click on open. If you do not have your MySQL open, an error is just going to show up, so I just minimize that. Alright, so once it opens, it should be looking like this. And click on the blue execute SQL blue file play button. Just click on that. I don't want to do this because this is my original server that I get everybody running on. So anyways, you have to click on this. Just click on it, and then it's gonna run. But make sure you're on the world server. You see, you have from all these. Click on the world, and then click on this blue button, and then it should run some stuff, and then once it's completed, you can just close that. Now, basically you're finished. Your item's in the data game, it's in the database, and everything's great. You just need to restart your server, close the MySQL just because I'm already done with it. Then if you restart your server, that means that you restart the MySQL, the logon server, and the world server, all these 3 folders, and then basically you're done. And now all you need to do is go in the game. And the reason why I'm not going to go in the game this time is because I'm going to be using Blizzard content on this video, and I do not want to do that. But anyways, so once you're in the game, go inside your character and then type in this dot character add item and then without the parentheses. For example, I do not remember what we wrote. It was something like 199 something, but you can always check that by going to your here to your here 19981. That was mine. So 19981. Now once you get to do that in game, just type this in, enter, and then check your character's inventory and you should find the item. Right click it or drag it to your character and it should work. Whatever it is. And so yeah guys, if you're gonna run through some problems with equipping the item, for example an armor or something, then hit C on your keyboard and then drag the item from the inventory to your character when you hit C. But not the character that you're playing with. You're going to see what I mean when you're in game and you hit C. Anyway, guys, so thank you for watching. This is it for this video. I hope this helped you. Sorry if this video was too long. You know how I am with explaining stuff. I always like to go into details or something so I can just get you guys familiar with what you're doing. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helped you guys. Hit that subscribe button in below and hit that other like button next to that subscribe button and share this video to other people. Favorite this video and give me a comment. Tell me what you guys thought about this video and did you guys learn something from this and did it work for you? That's what I want to know. Because it works for me, I want to know if it works for you. So thank you guys for watching. Again, thank you. So subscribe. See you guys later. And I'm out. See you guys.